Is this the sell-off that everyone was afraid of? Or is it just the quiet before a terrible storm? There is a flash of red on the charts, a sudden drop that many people are calling a flash sale, or more frighteningly, a flash crash. Those investors who can't wait get chills when they see price movement like this. But when there is a chance of question in the market, it is best not to freak out. To see how the bigger plan is coming together, you need to zoom out. You're about to see a point of view that cuts through the noise and shows you a story that's hidden behind the chaos. The market is writing a story, and we're going to figure out what it says today. Before we look into the chart's hidden meanings, I need to tell you something very important. What if you could see these changes in the market coming? I've been doing study in high stakes investing for over 10 years, putting together a method that cuts through the hype. I've put everything I know into the XRP Millionaire Plan. This isn't just another PDF. This complete guide is like a step-by-step masterclass that will teach you how to find the next big chances before anyone else does. You are just a step away from changing your financial future. You can find the link at the very top of this text. Finally, let's look at the XRP daily chart, which shows an interesting and possibly false story. At first glance, the last two lights might look scary or even unsettling. Seeing such a pause after a strong run-up is enough to make anyone worried. We saw the price go up, but it ran into a wall of pushback. Then there was a classic warning sign, a candle, which means there is no choice and the momentum has stopped. This is a warning light, a quiet shot across the bow. The next candle, which was right on cue, brought the sell-off. This is a perfect setting for people who trade the markets all the time. You test a level of resistance, then test it again. This time you get a quiet warning and then the expected downhill slide starts. This pattern is meant to scare people away. The first thing that comes to mind is, how far does this decline go? What are the important numbers we need to keep an eye on now? The 50 exponential moving average, or EMA, is the line in the sand. It's like our first line of defense. There is a good chance that the price will quickly fall back to the 274 support level if it breaks below the important 50 EMA and confirms that break with another candle. There was hope yesterday for a beautiful, clear confirmation above the falling line of resistance that has been stopping XRP for a long time. We briefly broke through it, but then there was that unsure candle, which was a sign of failure, not proof. Once that failed, the price fell back into the jumbled structure below. Our main goal right now is to keep the 50 EMA at about 2/93S. Things could get bad if we lose that fight in the next 48 hours. A return to 274 is no longer just possible, it's likely. But this is the exact moment when context is very important. When you're not sure what to do, zoom out. That daily light, which is scary enough by itself, only tells a small part of a much bigger story. Let's look at the chart for 1 week. All of a sudden, the picture changes. What looked terrible and disorganized on a daily basis now looks much more organized and strong. First, there was a big push-up, and then there is what looks like a double crest formation, which usually means a pullback. And where did we pull back? To a key area of support? We are hanging on to the 13 exponential moving average with surprising strength right now. The weekly candles show what the market really wants to do in a much simpler and stronger way. Around $286 is the important line to keep an eye on at this time. We are holding that fortress with our price at $2.94 right now. The real lines of battle are now very clear. The floor of support can't be broken at 2.74, and the peak of resistance is close to 32. We are in a phase of stabilization, where buyers and sellers are dancing in the stars to get ready for the next big move. A proven move above $312 is needed for the ultimate breakout, the one that means the start of a journey to new all-time highs. Being close to the price is not enough. It means that a weekly candle closed firmly above it, and then another candle opened and held that new ground. We'll stay in this phase of buildup until then. I've seen this exact situation happen many times before. It's a classic sign of what I call the stock mill unicorn event, which is a quiet time of consolidation that comes before a huge hyperbolic growth. It's now October, which is the middle of the fourth quarter. Could this be the start of everything? It could happen for sure. Someone recently asked me when I thought the most exciting time for crypto in Q4 would be. My answer was straightforward. November, I think November will really set the tone for this run. Overall, Q4 looks like it will be a good one, but the real fireworks might start in November. As you look out into the distance, you can see a huge number of triggers lining up like dominoes, ready for the first one to fall. We're about to get decisions on spot ETFs, which could bring in a huge amount of institutional capital. There are big changes coming to Ethereum holding. There is a chance that the end of government shutdowns and uncertainty will bring security back to the economy as a whole. Then there are rumors of clearer rules, announcements from the SEC that could finally set a clear framework, and talks between countries around the world about making assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum reserve assets. The market doesn't yet know how much any of this is worth. But when these things start to happen, like when an ETF gets a surprise approval or when a big legal hurdle is cleared, the market will respond. If these things happen in October, they could set off an amazing run that lasts through November. Because I'm focused on the bigger picture, I've built up my full position and can handle the short-term noise. This point of view isn't just about XRP. It includes the biggest names in the business. Let's check it out. People who are upset about the daily charts should look at this weekly candle. Is the world ending now? Is it really something to be afraid of? Not even close. I will see this as one of the strongest signs of strength we have seen in months if the weekly candle can end its journey above the important 11.40 mark. That kind of finish isn't just a number, it makes a claim. It tells me that the market has taken the selling pressure into account and is getting ready to go back up to new highs. It doesn't change the long-term direction if it does pull back below that level. It's just the whales playing their games, making the market liquid and getting rid of weak hands before the big move. This is such a strong issue for me that I have kept adding to my opinion. Do not be afraid right now. Right now is a good time to be cautiously optimistic. Now, let's talk about Ethereum, which is still my biggest and most secure risk. This weekly chart shows a story with a lot of promise.